Hello and welcome to Let's Plays Disco Elysium part 18. Right, and after a long time we have found ourselves in a new area with stuff. Let's look at the stuff. I mean, we couldn't figure out for the longest time that this was a secret door. Like a really obvious secret door, but our main character just couldn't see it. But we're past that now. What is this? Oh, and can we get to this area? I didn't realise that was supposed to be on a level above. We're going a long way for this. I think let's check out things closer to us first. Oh yes, we're definitely behind this doorway. It's going to collapse soon. Okay, hopefully not on top of us. Restoration pillars keep the ruins together. And money. Maybe? No? Okay, it's a free postcard. Let's have a look-see. Just a postcard. That's as interesting as it gets. Right. We need to go up all this way. So let's check out this box first. A health boost. We haven't actually needed all that much health this far. A few coins. What looks like some notes. I wonder if we can actually pay that guy off for our debt. Is this a way round we can go? How do we get down to here? I am not sure. Policeman cloak. Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can almost definitely see a white triangle on its back. You son of a gun! It's a cop's cloak. Yes, and it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. He judges the drop. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day. Let's look around. Let's see how we have we have quite a low chance. It might be if we re-equipped that we could in fact improve that. Let's look around and see if there's an easier way to do this. The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. The look in his eyes is a mix of engineer-like interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse for the first time. Motherfucker! Now that's a huge crane. Yes, and that's one way of putting it. He turns to you with a faint smile, then looks back at the crane. It's certainly an impressive achievement of engineering. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. He looks at the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind. Could we bring the crane over and maybe do something with that? What exactly are we doing up here? I was under the impression we're on our way to meet the king of this castle under siege, Everett, one of the people we're interviewing. This way we may be able to get around his henchmen. He looks around, wind rustling his hair. Or it could be that we're just exploring. He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again. Do you really think that this cloak is mine? Should I go for it? Jump? The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, he looks over the ledge at the cold pavement below. Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meters drops? Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you. The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide? Okay. Yeah, not right now. So, I'm going to see if I can't increase my odds of getting that by changing my clothes. So, that's not going to do me any good. That's not going to... No, that's going to make things worse. It's going to make things worse. No, it's not. It's just not going to make things better. Is there anything giving me minuses? I suppose this one, yeah, gives me a minus. So let's take that off and put these on for now. Yeah, so I think that's the only real thing we can do at the moment is change our jeans. Okay, let's have a look at it again. It's even Stevens now. Let's do it. Good grief. We did it! Okay, as you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. Close your eyes, let your senses take in the world around you. I think I'm gonna continue the voyage through the salty air. I mean, closing eyes just seems like a great way of hurting yourself. Although, we do have special senses, right? You know, I'm convincing myself. Oh, I healed some morale, apparently. Ankles tingling from the sensation, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realise it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline. Hell yeah! The lieutenant exclaims. My climbing might not have been as disco as your jump, but can we still get an ace's high? Oh. With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbour rushes back in. And actually we didn't have any morale to heal, so we're doing good. Ooh. This is our RCM patrol cloak. So at the moment we're wearing the naval jacket. I think that we should put our official gear on. Doesn't go well with this shirt really, does it? Drama! Drama shirt. Doesn't get... sorry. Our fashion's just failing at this point, isn't it? Okay, just a nice sensible shirt. How's that? Although, stats wise, probably not great. Collecting rainwater. Where can we get to? Oh, hang on. We're thinking a thing. All around you, great machines in quiescence. Very nice. It's a bit cold up here, isn't it? White pine trees are printed on the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow. What is this? press buttons and things, but first let's see if we can pick up a few things. You see faded industrial lettering on the platform. Kavalsund. It means whale ford in Arden. Now, there's a button or something down here. Is this like operating the big giant crane? We probably shouldn't fiddle with it. Oh, it is indeed. Crane control panel. A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Allumeur and Étendre are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Easy. Allumeur on. Étendre off. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. Good grief. Everything's fine. And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. This crane was built with a purpose which has now been fulfilled: to move this container. What's inside the container? Who can say? All you know is it's special. I can't see how that was worth the ruckus. Kim looks at the crate, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying. The crane does not return to its original position. It does not move at all. Well, considering there was just an on-off button, you know, it does seem sort of sensible to turn it off afterwards so that potentially the crate's not going to go anywhere while we're fiddling with it. Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard. Kim, there's something about this container. The lieutenant sighs. Is this your thing with that wall again? Maybe. I can't tell. I think we should investigate further. You do? Because I don't. What? Why not? There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? I don't know, Kim. It just feels special. It's a cargo container, Detective, just like the others. He doesn't even look at it. We're not here to interact with containers. We're here to interview the Union box. Knock on the door. No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container. Open the door. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. Nothing more to do here, for now. Yeah, it wouldn't appear there is much more we can do here. There's some steps leading down. No, that's where we came up. My navigation is pretty bad. Oh, wait. The shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. That looks like... is that sort of the type of cable that our victim was tied up in? Well, it doesn't look like our cop friend is very interested. But there's change over here, so... This speaker tower is silent. There is no work to organise in the yard below. It's a container. Let's go and have a look-see. Oh, the musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. Smells like blood. Aha! Cannot get into this container. Or can I? Ultra Series gloves. Ooh. Okay then. New pair of gloves which we've got. Half light. What is half light? Half light. Half light. Can we see it? Can we see it? Half light. We're pretty average at that. Let the body take control. Threaten people. Okay. Right. So it's sort of intimidate. Intimidating gloves we have. Doing much better at finding coins and things. Industrial sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. Container, container, container. This little man is singing. So it looks like we can enter this container. It's interesting. The banner sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves of red. Weird. Okay, let's have a little chat to this guy. Sings, plants are happy, boots are shining, every man is fed.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
I like his song. The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. That rhymes. The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi. From the vanishing peninsula of Ubi Sunt on Monday.
Container, container, used to be Walpines. Container, container, now belongs to Everett.
The tiny man is so engaged in his work, he doesn't notice you. Hi!
Everett, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an asshole for no apparent reason.
I see you're not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
A shadow passes over his kind face. What is it with you people and scabs?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
He doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Do you work here? Yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellac. But everyone just calls me Leo. The little man raises his hands in an opening even a welcoming gesture. I'm like Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. He chuckles. Actually, Miss Beaufont is the right-hand man, but she's a lady. A good-hearted chuckle again. Who is this Miss Beaufont? The lieutenant looks up at Leo. A real pretty lady, with a skin like those Dew and Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the diner is done, and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here, and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic. Yeah, okay. Hold on, who's this Miss Beaufort you mentioned? Oh, Lizzie? She's a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back she was all fancy and lawyery. He respects that word. That's obvious. But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighbourhood. Knows everyone and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community, that one, I'm sure. For a fraction of a second there's sadness in his eyes. He goes on. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has. He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his blue eyes. Law school. Could she be talking about the union fixer, aka the gardener? Okay. So this is the union fixer, the gardener. Kim says, looks like it. I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she's a real nice girl, smart as a whip too. The little guy smiles a disarming smile at you. Telling the gardener you know her name might throw her off. Perhaps something to consider later. What is that container over there? Point to the container suspended from the crane arm. It was once suspended from the crane arm. Oh, that one. He looks at the container. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded. Told you, says Kim. Where is everyone? The harbour is empty. Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. He leans in with a confidential look. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on a strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now. So, no one is working? Not everyone is down there, of course. He chuckles. Mr. Everett is in his office, where he always is, and Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. He pauses to think. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble, and Everett sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so. He stops, but seems eager to tell you more. So, what trouble did Titus and his friends get into? Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. He smiles and leans closer. Him and his boys stirred up something in town, probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off. Don't go all bad cop on this simple, friendly fellow. But what did they actually do? I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just the boys. That's just how the boys are, you know? Another chuckle. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school. Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hardies. He looks at you for assistance. Look at him. It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better go with the flow. Too rowdy? Leo, what kind of a fight did they get into? Did they kill a mercenary? Too late. Leo's mouth is still moving and the words are spewing forth. Words, and look, even more words. This guy could go on for days on end. Now he's talking about some drunk sawmill owner who, no, he already switched to a priced fishing rod he apparently owned at some point. You know what? Just cut it there with your questions. What are you doing with the containers? Ooh. Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes. Yes, I am. so it's easier for the crane operators to spot them. He waves at the containers towering behind him. Well, seems like I can make this check. What's going on here? Look at the mountains of containers rising behind him. The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountain rising behind Leo is all red in Union colours. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core. There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers. Leo, has anybody told you why you need to change the covers? No, not really. He shrugs and continues merrily. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everybody. What's underneath these red covers? Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Most of them have labels on them, I think. Looks like a massive redecorating operation, Kim. Yes, they're hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Dubardier's Union logo on them. Thanks, Leo. You've been very helpful. Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all, the little guy affirms merrily. You're Ubi, right? Oh yes, born and raised in Irish... something like that. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I came from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumours. Thank you for clarifying that, sir, says Kim. I'm looking for the leader of the Dockworkers Union. Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighbourhood. He coughs, then continues immediately. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys. Patience, deep down, you have the mental power to keep listening. Not many would, but you do. Okay, do not interrupt, Leonard. Had an arithmetics teacher, Miss Bellows. Leo lets out a little chuckle. Her real name was Miss Bellams. She was a real pretty lady, but when she got mad, he starts laughing. All the boys liked her, if you know what I mean, mister. He winks at you. We used to sneak in her yard in the dark and peek through the window. One time we saw Miss Bellows with a fellow. Yes, we did. Yes, we did, mister. He looks for signs of disbelief in your eyes. Don't say anything. He keeps nodding and looks at you with a smile that's too sincere to be clever. Finally he seems to lose some internal struggle and adds, "Them was naked too." That's all I got to say about that. Very interesting, very interesting. Thank you for telling me the whole thing. Thank you. Almost forgot. Mr. Everett is in that container over there. Leo points to his left. I got distracted telling the story, but he's in there. Okay. Bye now. He returns to his work. I'm not sure we're ready to see him yet. We probably are. Just about. But I want to take a good old tour of this place, see if we can get anywhere else. Dig up any secrets. What do you think, Kim? Kim's probably like, why? Why are you running everywhere? Why? Do you just want to work out or something? I mean, it might be that we have in fact been everywhere. There's a ladder. No, we can't use this ladder. Oh, there's a door. Can we do anything with that door? We came down here. May not be anything else, but also there may be. Aha! Ah, a few things here. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner. Snow is quietly covering the numerous wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Somebody partied really, really hard here. Did I do this? Well, the lieutenant looks at you, then at the bottles. Yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you. Oh. I must have been on an advanced scouting mission in the harbour. Yes, the lieutenant marks dryly. This looks pretty advanced, all right. For now, let's just move on. It was me. It was all me. We got a lot of bottles. Got a lot of bottle. These are all worth something. We could actually get to the point where we can afford to buy stuff. How do we get down here? I am not sure. Can we come around and go this way? This way? No. We can go in here by the looks of things. Night Watchman's Booth. This is the Night Watchman's Booth. The name on the door reads Renee Arnaud. So this is where Renee works. I'm going to have a look around. If you must, the lieutenant looks around. But please hurry, we're pretty easy to spot up here. Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organised. There's a framed photograph on the table. Ooh. Take it. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, Renee, is dressed in a Royal Carabiner uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She's smiling playfully at the camera. Renee looks like he's about to smile. This photo must be tied to some good memories. Why did you take that picture of Renee? The lieutenant asked, glancing at the photo. I'm making an artistic photo collage, Kim. Of course you are, he says matter-of-factly. What murder investigation would be complete without an arbitrary photo collage? Can we get down to whatever this is? No obvious route. Must be some way. It looks like it's up on this roof here. But no. There's a door out of this area. Oh, this is a new place. Very, very new. That's the way out again. The radio is emitting a strange buzzing sound. A giant ass print on the pillow and a pattern of coffee rings on the armrest. Someone is habitually chilling next to the radio. I see. A A standard office file cabinet. The drawers seem to be locked. Someone left the coffee machine on. The dark liquid in the pot looks almost sentient. File cabinet. On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers. It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this, says Kim. Let's see what's in, he thinks. Okay. The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organised selection of brown folders. Let's have a look-see. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revicol from the outside world, from Mundi, Grad, even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revicol. Curon, Coal City, La Delta and Jamrock are listed amongst the many districts where the imports are being sold. Anything interesting? It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Okay, so volition is high. Let's give it a go. Oh no! Perhaps I should have re-kit it before doing that. I was too confident due to the whole high percentage thing. But we had to make a failure at some point. Look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing. Ooh. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eyes, less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing. Could I actually focus through not focusing? You're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go. If I let my eyes go completely out of focus, all the shapes start melting into each other. Is that what you're doing with those folders over there? Of course not. Good. He turns away from the file cabinet. This is probably not relevant to our case. After all, we're not investigating an accounting mystery. Okay, force yourself to go through the folders. Whatever's hidden there is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer. Look at the note. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everett's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everett's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled. Look, Kim, a to-do list with a list of errands for Everett. Everett Clare, probably, the head of the Dubardier's Union. He inspects the note. Leo must have left it. Nothing incriminating here. The special borscht seems a bit odd on the list. Take another look at the note. All the items on the list have been crossed out and the note is crumpled. Special whirling borscht. Seems like something we might find at the Whirling in the Rags, maybe? Or we can ask Leo about it. Gosh, some of these postcards are worth a bit of money, aren't they? This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. Every worker equals member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. Below the flyers, the union logo and demand democracy. Looks like there's a bathroom. Ooh. Glasses. And some magnesium. Num 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 num. What is this? Punch clock payphone. An imposing combination of punch clock and payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change. Do we? I mean, I don't have a reason. I don't know why I would use it. Let's have a look, see here. The door's locked and cannot be opened from this side without a pass card. Ah. Guess you have no choice but to talk to the union leader. So does this mean we can't in fact get back without talking to him? Looks like it. Well, there's not much more to be done here, so maybe it is worth putting 10 cents into the machine. Maybe it'll give us a card we can use for the door. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move. Interfacing, okay. I think we can get a bonus to that through items. Ooh, what glasses are we wearing at the moment? Logic. Or visual calculus. Actually, that could be good for looking at the wall sometime. Not the wall. The window where the boys were. Let's try this. It's challenging, but it's a little bit better. Ah! It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Right now your finger is just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air. Useful patterns? Undoubtedly no. I might try this again later. Okay, sure, why not? Muscle memory is a tricky thing. Didn't get us very far. We lost 10p. Outrageous. I mean, Kim, can't you give us the leg up? Get down to this? No. No? No, apparently not. Apparently this is now a kind of railroad. Well, we've looked at everything we can look at. Let's go and see this this leader will be in here. Have a quick rejig of things. What's our jacket? Oh yeah, that seems good. We just get bonuses. Shirt. Get bonus to conceptualization, but not to suggestion. What's half like? Oh, actually half. Ah, that's not a shirt anyway, is it? Physical instrument or drama? I think the other pants are probably better. Huh. I kind of feel like I don't want to wear either of these pants, but probably these ones are better. Shoes. Composure. Yeah, get pluses to composure is good. thinking. Minus to authority isn't great. Right, fine. We are as ready as we're gonna be. The coffee in the giant thermoses is still lukewarm. A stair made of pallets leading up. Hey! This looks familiar. A taxidermy fish that tells time. Didn't they have one of those at the whirling? Okay, and this guy. Can we talk to him? Yes. Everett Clare. Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you. A typical power play. Wait for him to speak first. Show him you've got a backbone. Say nothing. Look him dead in the eye. The one good eye of this man fills you up without even flickering. The other, his lazy left eye, is constantly moving like a goldfish in a tank. Grotesquely magnified by his +6 glasses. Amblyopia, a childhood condition. For a moment you don't know where to look. It is unbearably humid in the trailer. Beads of sweat slide down the man's forehead. Keep staring, or we can stop because this is getting weird. Nah, no it's not. Keep staring. At first nothing happens. His face wears a wide and self-satisfied smile. Every now and then he smacks his big lips. Like a general over his maps, he plots his moves. Judging by the way he's licking his chops, it's going to be a good one. So he begins to speak. Ooh, albeit very slowly, purposefully leaving a pause after his opener.
Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi, how nice that you found a moment to pay a visit to the Debargers Union. I'm Everett Clare, head of this little operation here. Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny folding chair opposite his giant desk. The folding chair looks like a torture device, extremely uncomfortable.
You go ahead, detective.
The lieutenant nods at you, then the chair. Whatever he thinks he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some serious bad vibes from that name. I'd rather stand.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner as equals. Take a seat, I insist.
He's trying to throw you off your game with this Dubois nonsense. Don't give him the pleasure. I don't sit. It's kind of my thing.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
As he nods, his multiple chins move like ocean waves.
I, too, have convictions, one of which is that I will not engage any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
He turns back to his typewriter. Damn, that's a nasty play. He's got you. A titan of volition. In a fork. Guess you just have to sit or leave. Take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
He gives you a sly wink. Remain serious.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarges Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
Ooh. The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside. Let's just heal myself.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Garte. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with the cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
He points at it again. Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it. Wait, you know Garte?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the check again. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it. Keep it. I'm good.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then.
He crosses his arms on his ample midsection and sinks further into his chair.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun. Lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull: lost and gun. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant be very worried. How do you know about my lost gun?
I know everything, Harry. Right now I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded.
Ooh.
You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Oh, gosh. Kim?
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
I'm gonna have to do this composure check. It's not gonna go well, isn't it? Is it? It'd be a miracle if I pass this. Oh dear. God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are going to shoot themselves with it. So what? Men can cry too? You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. He'll think you're disgusting.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this Mr. Dubois he keeps repeating? What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
The large man snaps his fingers, but to no effect. You're in some stupor. Keep sliding down the chair like a jello shot. While Everett is distracted by your odd behaviour, the lieutenant's eyes are mapping everything about you. The folder, the desk, the papers on the wall.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow in a kind of throwing motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois. Nah, I'm as good as it gets, Mr. Dubois.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an odd demonstration of... Huh? You got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time, and I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Well done, Kim. Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity. Okay. Mr. Dubois, I want to talk about the hanging. Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. He nods. I know everything that goes on around here. I would love to discuss it with you. And yes, we may be in the middle of a sentence, but I feel that we're kind of also out of time. So, thank you for watching, and we'll pick this up next time. Thank you and goodbye. Thank you to my epic patrons who make videos like these possible. If you enjoyed this content and would like to see more, don't forget to subscribe.